Welcome back to Behind the Mind. Today's episode is one of those topics that hits home for a lot of people, especially men. We're talking about that confusing, painful moment when a woman suddenly starts to distance herself. One day she's affectionate, engaging, maybe even obsessed with you, and then, out of nowhere, she's cold, quiet, and hard to reach. You start checking your phone more than usual, you reread old messages, you replay conversations in your head, trying to figure out what you said wrong. You wonder if she's talking to someone else, if she's lost interest, or if you've somehow messed things up. But here's the truth. You didn't necessarily do anything wrong. Women pulling away is part of the psychology of attraction itself. And how you respond in those moments determines everything. Let's dive deep. When a woman starts to distance herself, your first instinct might be to fix it. You want to talk it out, clear the air, bring things back to how they were. But that instinct, that need to fix, usually makes things worse. Why? Because the more you chase, the more she pulls away. See, relationships work like a rubber band. The more one side stretches, the more the other resists. And when you chase too much, you create emotional pressure that suffocates attraction. The best thing you can do is actually counterintuitive. You pull back, not in a game-playing way, not as a punishment, but from a place of calm strength. You match her energy. You stop over-texting, you stop checking her stories every minute, and you allow silence to enter the space between you. Here's the psychology behind it. When a woman pulls away, it's often not because she stopped liking you. It's because she's measuring your stability. She wants to see how you react when things aren't perfect. Do you lose control? Do you beg for reassurance? Or do you stand firm and trust your value? Most women subconsciously test for emotional strength, and that's what this moment is, a test. Not always intentional, but deeply psychological. When you stay centered, when you stop reacting, she starts to feel your absence. She begins to notice your energy missing from her daily life, the good morning texts, your humor, your presence. That absence creates curiosity, and curiosity is the seed of attraction. But here's the key: don't wait for her to notice. This is your moment to redirect your focus entirely. Go work out, read, build something. Get back into your passions. Spend time with people who make you feel alive. Because energy flows where attention goes. And if your attention stays stuck on her, you'll drain yourself emotionally. Let's go deeper into what happens when you do this. When she senses that you've stopped chasing, a psychological switch flips. Suddenly, you're unpredictable again. You're no longer the man who's always available, always responding. You become a mystery. And mystery is one of the strongest triggers of attraction, especially for women. Your silence starts to speak louder than your words. She begins to wonder, why isn't he texting me? Has he moved on? Did I lose him? And in that curiosity, you regain your power. Now, let's be real, this phase is uncomfortable. It's going to test you emotionally. Your mind will tell you to reach out, to explain yourself, to do something. But remember, attraction grows in space, not in pressure. Use this time to evolve. This is where most men lose it. They crumble, overthink, and start begging for closure. But strong men, they level up. They understand that rejection or distance isn't the end. It's feedback. It's a mirror showing you where your emotional weaknesses lie. Maybe you were too available. Maybe you lost your edge. Maybe you are giving too much energy without receiving the same in return. This is your time to reset that balance. And here's something that might surprise you. Sometimes when she distances herself, it's not even about you. It could be her stress, her emotions, her confusion about her own life. But because you're emotionally attached, you take it personally. That's why maintaining composure matters so much. Because no matter what's happening in her world, your calmness will either draw her back or protect your peace if she doesn't return. Now, let's talk about the one thing you should actually do in this situation, and it's simpler than you think. Instead of chasing her, focus on becoming the kind of man she feels lucky to have pulled away from. That means building emotional independence. Stop checking her last scene. Stop monitoring her social media. Shift that energy back to yourself. Start working on your physical appearance. Upgrade your confidence. Set new goals. Connect with people who bring positivity into your life. When she eventually circles back, and trust me, most do, she won't find the same version of you. She'll find a man who's grown, grounded, and unbothered. And here's where most men fail. When she finally reaches out, they rush back too fast. Don't. Take your time. Rebuild the connection slowly. Let her invest again. Because if she left once and you instantly reward that behavior, she'll subconsciously lose respect for you. You have to let her earn back your energy. That's how balance is restored. Remember, real power in relationships doesn't come from controlling others. It comes from controlling yourself. When you no longer react emotionally to her withdrawal, you become the prize. And women are naturally drawn to men who are emotionally grounded, not easily shaken by temporary distance. So, what happens if she never comes back? Then she's cleared space for someone better. Sometimes rejection is just divine protection. The universe removes certain people so you can grow into the version of yourself that attracts higher quality connections. You'll realize that losing someone who didn't value you isn't really a loss. It's freedom, it's clarity, it's redirection. The truth is, love shouldn't feel like a battle for attention. You deserve someone who values your energy, not someone who tests it to destruction. And once you understand that, you stop begging for love and start radiating it from within. So, the next time she distances herself, don't panic, don't chase, don't overanalyze. Just breathe. Stay calm, step back, focus on yourself, and let time and energy do the work. Because when you operate from strength, you either get her back or you upgrade your life. Either way, you win. Thanks for watching Behind the Mind. If you found this episode helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Until next time, stay calm, stay confident, and always stay behind the mind.